الرجل فيقول يا ليتني مكانه. بقول آخر يا ليتني كنت مكانه. The hour will not come until a man passes another man in his grave, the other one is dead, and he wishes that he was in that grave instead of him. Prophet Muhammad said, لا تقوم الساعة حتى يكثر الهرج. The sa'ah, the hour, day of judgment will not come until the harj is plenty. He says, what is al-harj, ya Rasulullah? He says, al-qatlu, al-qatlu. Death, death, killing, killing. Not death, killing, killing. Meaning killing, killing will be plenty. In another hadith, Abu Hurairah narrated from Prophet Muhammad said, وَالَّذِي نَفْسِي بِيَدِهِ لَا تَذْهَبُ الدُّنْيَا حَتَّى يَأْتِي عَلى النَّاسِ يَوْمٍ لَا يَعْرِفُ أو لا يدري القاتل فيما قتل ولا المقتول فيما قتل. He says, by the name of Allah, this dunya will not finish, meaning the day of judgment will not come until there will be a day when the killer does not know why he killed. And the killed does not know why he was killed. Allahu Akbar. We see this now. We live this now. In the Muslim countries, we see this all the time. Muslims are being killed by Muslims. And we don't have to go far. We see it here. Someone go to mall, he just want to shop, want to buy something. Someone walk in, he doesn't know him, he starts shooting everybody. And then shoot himself. Why is he killing? He doesn't know. Why the other guy killed? He doesn't know. We are living in a fitna of doubt. Shubuhat. In a fitna of doubt. There's many different types of fitna, but this is one of the worst. Meaning you don't know what to do. What should I do? Who should I listen to? Shall I protest? Shall I go angry? What should I do? Now to make things even more interesting, more complicated, look at this hadith from Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, and it's in Sahih Bukhari, it's Sahih Hadith, when he says, إِنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يَقْبِضُ الْعِلْمَ انْتِزَاعًا مِنْ الْعِبَادِ أو ينتزعه من العباد. Meaning Allah will not take the knowledge of the deen, by force from people who have it. If you have it, it's there. It's going to stay with you. وَلَكِنْ يَقْبِضُ الْعِلْمَ بِقَبْضِ الْعُلَمَاءِ. But the knowledge of the deen will die with the death of the ulama, the scholars. حتى إذا لم يبقى عالما اتخذ الناس رؤوسا جهالا فأفتوا بغير علم فضلوا وأضلوا. Until there's no ulama, no true ulama, the people will choose among themselves those to be their new ulama who really don't have a lot of knowledge, but they think they do. And so they make fatwa without ilm, without knowledge. فَضَلُّوا وَأَضَلُّوا. They are misguided and they will misguide people. Allahu Akbar. This is happening now. If you think this is, no, we have ulama. Let's look around. In the time of the Sahaba had different opinions. It's okay to have difference in opinion. They have difference in opinion. The Sahaba, for example, would differ. Is the niqab wajib or is it mustahab? They had that difference in opinion. But now, you see so-called scholars or ulama that says the niqab, the face cover is haram. Allahu Akbar. And some other ulama says the hijab for the woman is just a cultural thing. You've seen this. Some of you have seen this. Allahu Akbar. Do they read the Quran when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Ya ayyuhan nabi qul li azwajika wa banatika wa nisa'a al-mu'minin yudhinina alayhinna min jalabibihin. ذَلِكَ أَدْنَى أَن يُعْرَفْنَ فَلَا يُؤْذِينَ. Oh, Prophet Muhammad, say to your wife, say to your daughter, say to the women of the believers that they cover themselves fully so that they are not hurt. They are not being harmed. In one of my lectures, a young girl came to me with her father and she said to me, can I ask you, Sheikh, are the Christians going to heaven? Because they pray. Are they going to heaven? I don't blame the girl. She's a young girl. I blame her father. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the Quran says what? Inna ad-deena inda Allahi al-Islam. The deen to Allah is the Islam. Musa, Isa, Nuh, Dawood, Adam, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and peace be upon all of them were all Muslims. It's a complicated matter, but you have to have the base of Islam. We are commanded to seek knowledge so that these situations we can save ourselves and save our families and save the Muslim Ummah. We are commanded first to seek knowledge so that we know the basis of our deen. The basis of our deen. Do you know, for example, that you see this, I'm sure you see this all the time, when the Friday Salah is about to happen and the Adhan, this is the Adhan, after that the khutbah will happen and you see people coming, what do? They wait for the Adhan to finish. Listening to the Adhan is mustahab, it's sunnah, but listening to the khutbah is wajib. So if you come and the Adhan is happening and next to it is the khutbah, you pray. You don't wait for the Adhan. Learning the basis of your deen. I grew up before, I'm an Arab, I'm from Egypt. When I grew up, when I was a kid, before I learned Islam, I used to think that in wudu, wiping on the neck is part of the wudu. No, it's not. Wiping on the neck is not part of the wudu. Prophet Muhammad ﷺ never did it. I don't mean this to be a fiqh class. I'm just showing you that we don't, some of us, don't know the basis of the deen. Owning a dog, owning a picture, owning a statue in the house. The angels don't enter into your house. Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said, "La tadkhulu al-malaikatu baytan fihi kalbun wa sura." If you own a house as a pet, but you can own a house for hunting, for protection, but it has to be outside, and you have to give him a proper dwelling or proper house outside, but it's not in the house. But having a picture in the house, have a statue in the house, the angels don't enter. Do we have so many good deeds that we don't care the angels enter or not? We need to know the basis of our deen. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam told us that whoever owns a dog is a pet, again, except for protection, except for hunting, except for like if you shepherd or protection of your house, every day you lose the size. It's called qirat of your deed. This is what's qirat? He says you lose every day the size of mountain of Uhud of deeds, of good deeds. Unless you have so many good deeds, I don't know about you, but I need every single deed. Seeking knowledge draws us closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, إِنَّمَا يَخْشَى اللَّهِ مِنْ عِبَادِهِ الْعُلَمَاءُ. Those who fear Allah most are the ulama. The ulama doesn't mean necessarily the one shaykh and ustaz, but the more you seek knowledge, the more you will see that the fear of Allah, the taqwa of Allah will get into your heart. Someone will argue, Ya akhi, I'm a pious person. Someone will say that, I'm a pious person, why are you talking to me? I pray 5 times, I do my salah, I do my siyam, I do my zakah, I'm good, man. I don't know if anybody can say that. But how do you know that what you've been doing and you've been practicing is the correct deen? Right? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for us, Quran, over and over and over, tell us that He will ask people, why did you do that? He says, we find our fathers doing this. We find our grandfathers doing this. How do you know your fathers and your grandfathers did the right thing? Not that they're bad people, but maybe they had the wrong knowledge. Maybe they give you the wrong knowledge. So every one of us need to seek that knowledge, because if you don't, you can fall into innovations. Bid'ah. And innovation is something that is introduced to the deen that's not part of the deen. Innovation is not the cell phone. No, that's fine. You can use your cell phone, you can use the computer. These are fine innovations. Innovation is something in the deen that Prophet Muhammad ﷺ did not do. It's not in the Quran, it's not in the Sunnah, it's not the practice of the Sahaba. The long hadith from Al-Irbad ibn Sariyah, he says, Prophet Muhammad ﷺ gave us a very long speech. And everybody cried in that speech. And they asked Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, it seems like you're leaving us. Because the khutbah or the hadith or the speech was in that regard. So he said, give us an advice. Awsina. He said to them, Awsikum bi taqwa Allah. Or I give you advice to fear Allah. وَالسَّمْعِ وَالطَّاعَ وَإِنْ عَبْدٌ حَبَشِي. And listen to your leaders, even if that person was from Habasha, and from the Habasha were the darkest people. He meant to say he's not someone who's necessarily among the highest of you. فَإِنَّهُ مَنْ يَعِشْ مِنْكُمْ سَيَرَى اخْتِلَافًا كَثِيرًا. He was telling the Sahaba who are the highest in the deen and understanding of the deen, whoever is going to live longer than me will see already changes in the deen. Changes in the deen, and we already see it. Allahu Akbar. So what is the solution? He says, فَعَلَيْكُمْ بِسُنَّتِي وَسُنَّةُ الْخُلَفَاءِ الرَّاشِدِينَ عُضُّوا عَلَيْهَا بِالنَّوَاجِذِ. So how to fix that? Follow my sunnah and the sunnah of the Khulafa Rashideen, Abu Bakr, Umar, Uthman, Ali, because they knew the deen like nobody else. عُضُّوا عَلَيْهَا بِالنَّوَاجِذِ, meaning hold it with your moral teeth. It's a kinaya in Arabic, meaning hold so tight to it. And another hadith from Muhammad said, كُلُّ بِدْعَ ضَلَالَةٍ وَكُلُّ ضَلَالَةٍ فِي النَّارِ. Every innovation, there is no good innovation and bad innovation. Every innovation is misguidance, and every misguidance is in hell. And there's the long hadith from Prophet Muhammad that on the day of judgment, he will go to the Al-Kawthar. Kawthar is the river that is promised to Prophet Muhammad. And he says, whoever will drink from it will never be thirsty again. Allahu Akbar. And then he will see people, he says, أَعْرِفُهُمْ وَيَعْرِفُونِ. People I know and they know me. But the angels will come and separate some of the ummah, Muslim ummah from Prophet Muhammad. So he will say to them, Ummati, Ummati, these are my nation, what are you doing? And the angel says, إِنَّكَ لَا تَدْرِي مَا أَحْدَثُ مِنْ بَعْدِكَ. You don't know what they have done, what they have changed after you. And Prophet Muhammad says, سُحْقًا سُحْقًا لِمَنْ غَيَّرَ مِنْ بَعْدِكَ. Meaning, take away that who changed the deen, take him away from me. Give you some small examples. Many of us, I know in the Arabic country, when someone dies, what do we say? Al-Fatiha. This is not sunnah. This is not correct. It's not correct. But it sounds good, ya akhi, Al-Fatiha. It's not correct. If Prophet Muhammad was it good, he would have done it. He would have done it. If we do something he did not do, one of two things. Either number one, we think he did not tell us the entire deen, which is kufr. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the Quran says, اليوم أكملت لكم دينكم وأتممت عليكم نعمتي ورضيت لكم الإسلام دينا. Today I completed my deen, I completed my favors over you, and I have given you the deen, meaning the deen is complete 1,400 plus years ago. Or number two, we think we are more pious than Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, that we do something he did not do. And that's impossible, right? I know that I went to Indonesia, I was working, and in Indonesia, I'm picking up on anyone. I'm just giving you examples. Every Thursday, they must read Yasin. Ya akhi, Yasin is one of the beautiful things of ayat of surah of the Quran. All the Quran is beautiful. But to say, I'm going to read Yasin on specific occasion without a dalil, without proof, without something from Prophet Muhammad telling you, you cannot do that. Even if it sounds good. Even if it sounds good. But Prophet Muhammad gave us a lot of options, alhamdulillah. You read al-Mi'wadatain and Qul Wallahu Ahad for hasad, for the envy. You read Surah Al-Mulk on a night. He said if you continue to read Surah Al-Mulk on a night, the punishment of the grave will not touch you. Make a note of that. Try to start reading Surah Al-Mulk. That doesn't mean reading only Surah Al-Mulk, but I don't pray, I don't fast. No. You have to do the basics. You have to fast and you have to pray and you have to do your zakah and all these things. But if you stick to reading Surah Al-Mulk, inshallah, the punishment of the grave will not touch you like Prophet Muhammad told us. He told us that if you read Ad-Dukhan, Surah Ad-Dukhan before you sleep, 70,000 angels will make istighfar for you while you are sleeping. Allahu Akbar. How can we leave this beautiful thing and we go to things we invent? Now, seeking knowledge will make you avoid falling into the haram. We think we know the haram and the halal. We know the haram, ya akhi. We know the halal. Did you know that most soy sauce in this country is haram? Most soy sauce. Alhamdulillah, there's an alternative. Don't freak out. For people who like sushi, it's fine. There are alternatives. But most soy sauce that exists, tikuman and all this stuff, is haram. Why? Because it has a percentage of alcohol that did not change its chemical structure. And Prophet Muhammad said, whatever a lot of it will make you drunk, a little bit is haram, and that alcohol does not change. And there are alternatives, alhamdulillah. Some people, some Muslims says, I'm going to sell alcohol and I'm going to sell pork to non-Muslims. They drink alcohol, they drink pork. It's all right. Some people do that, and I have come. Prophet Muhammad says, "Inna Allah idha harrama shay'an harrama thamanu." Allah, when He forbids something, He also forbids the price of that thing. And alcohol is haram, pork is haram, so you cannot make money from that. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants to show us the importance of seeking knowledge. The first word came to Prophet Muhammad was Iqra. Read. And then Iqra. And then Iqra. And Prophet Muhammad was not a literate man. He did not know how to read and write, but that was also a message to us. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when He created Adam alayhi salam, He taught him the names of everything. And then He told the malaika to prostrate to Adam. Number one was command from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Number two, the ulama said, some of the ulama says, to show respect for the knowledge that Adam had. Because Adam had known all the names of the everything. We are commanded in the Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, كُنْتُمْ خَيْرَ أُمَّةٍ أُخْرِجَتْ لِلنَّاسِ. You are the best nation ever came to humanity. Why? تأمرون بالمعروف وتنهون عن المنكر وتؤمنون بالله. Because you make أمر بالمعروف نهي عن المنكر and you are believer. How can you do أمر بالمعروف والنهي عن المنكر if you don't know your deen? If you don't study your deen, how do you do that? Maybe you're telling him something wrong. Prophet Muhammad said, طلب العلم فريضة على كل مسلم. Seeking knowledge is a fard, فريضة. Not good to do, it's alright, wajib. On every Muslim. He commands us to do that, and He says, بلغوا عني ولو آية, right? Convey from me even one ayah. What does that mean? Meaning, if you know something even small, you know wudu very well. Like the Prophet Muhammad taught us and made it. You see someone else doing the wudu not in the wrong way. He says, Ya akhi, mashallah, you're in the masjid, I love you for the sake of Allah, but let me teach you how to do the correct wudu. You know something very small, but you know it very well. Then you can balligh, you can make that tabligh, you can make that relay of knowledge, even one small thing. There's a lot of virtues of seeking knowledge. We all know the hadith that when a person of us is dying, and we're all gonna die. It's the only true fact that nobody can deny. All the deeds were gone except three: sadaqah jariyah, right? Running donation, or ilmun nafi', beneficial knowledge, or three, waladun salih yad'u lah. Number two and number three, believe it or not, related to seeking knowledge. Because number two is beneficial knowledge. You taught someone something useful, and most scholars says this is also related to Islam. And number three, waladun salih, or a son or a daughter that make dua for you. And how you are going to raise a daughter or a son that make dua for you if you don't raise them on Islam, and if you don't know what to raise them on. So you are investing in yourself. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, يَرْفَعَ اللَّهُ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَالَّذِينَ أُوتُوا الْعِلْمَ مِنْكُمْ يَرْفَعَ اللَّهُ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا مِنْكُمْ وَالَّذِينَ أُوتُوا الْعِلْمَ دَرَجَاتٍ. Allah raised those who believe levels above those who don't believe, and those who believe and seek knowledge above those who believe. So this is the highest. And Prophet Muhammad said to us, الْعُلَمَاءُ وَرَثَةُ الْأَنْبِيَاءِ. The ulama are the inheritance of the prophets. Don't you want to be on that path? And Prophet Muhammad said, مَنْ يُرِدُ اللَّهُ بِهِ خَيْرًا يُفَقِّهُ فِي الدِّينِ. Allah, whoever wants good for him, He will make him seek knowledge. You have to have the intention, and Allah will help you. If you don't have the intention, Allah will help you, right? He even told us, you know, that the envy is a bad thing, right? You envy someone, you wish that person lose the thing, except in two things. Number one is someone who has a lot of money and he spend it for the sake of Allah. You want to be like him, so you can spend it for the sake of Allah. And number two, someone who has knowledge and he help people and he teach people and he give nasiha to people, and you want to learn so you can also do. You don't want to envy him to lose. No, you want to be like him. Finally, Prophet Muhammad says, فَضْلُ الْعَالِمِ عَلَى الْعَابِدِ كَفَضْلِ عَلَى أَدْنَاكُمْ. The virtue of that who knows, has knowledge, over that who is a worshipper, al-abid, someone who is worshiping Allah. But the virtue of that who knows, has knowledge, over that who is worshipper, كَفَضْلِ عَلَى أَدْنَاكُمْ, like the difference between me and the lowest of you. Allahu Akbar. And then he goes to say, إِنَّ اللَّهَ وَمَلَائِكَتِهِ وَأَهْلِ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ حَتَّى النَّمْلَةُ فِي جُحْرِهَا وَحَتَّى الْحُوتُ لَيُصَلُّونَ عَلَى مُعَلِّمِي الْخَيْرِ النَّاسِ الْخَيْرِ. Meaning, Allah and the angels and the people of the sky, the samawat, the skies, and people on the earth, even the ants in their holes, even the fish, are supplicating for that who has knowledge and teach people and educate people. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم فاستغفروه. Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wa salatu wa salam ala rasulullah. Do I need to be a scholar? Does that mean now I'm going to get out of here, everyone wants to be a scholar and ustaz? No, you don't. You don't. If you can, that's great. But what you need to do is you need to know the basics of your deen. How to make wudu, how to make salah. Salah, Prophet Muhammad said, if your salah is good, everything in the day of judgment is good. How could you risk you doing something in your salah that is not the right way, the authentic way? You should know your siyam, you should know your zakah, you should know what's the kaba'ir. Kaba'ir, maybe you fall into it. You should know what's haram and halal. When it comes to to the education in general, you see the Muslims mostly two camps or groups. The group number one, they only focus on the dunya. Study engineering and medicine and math and they don't care about Islam. Group number two, they only study Islam and they don't care about math and engineering and medicine. Both groups are wrong. You need to learn both. If you look at the early scholars of Islam, they were scholars of fiqh, they were scholars of hadith, they were scholars of the Quran, but they also know astronomy, and they also know medicine, and they know also engineering. So those of us who have kids and you have the chance and you send them to college to study engineering or accounting or whatever it is, please think also about investing in that kid to also learn in an Islamic school. An average Muslim, an average one of us is an educated Muslim. That's the statistic. Most Muslims spend 12 to 20 years studying something. And some of us has masters and PhDs. Now let's look how good investor you are. Prophet Muhammad says, أعمار أمتي ما بين 60 و70 وقلهم من يجد ذلك. Meaning the average age of my ummah is between 60 and 70 and few of them will exceed. Meaning if you take the Muslims from the beginning until the end of the judgment, make an average, it will be always between 60 and 70. So for living 60 to 70 years old or even 100 years old, you're investing 1/3 of your life, 1/4 of your life in the dunya. What about the eternal life? Where is your investment? Let's look at the early scholars. Real quick, let's look at the early scholars, some of the early scholars. Ubayd ibn Ya'ish, he is the sheikh of Al-Bukhari and Muslim. You know Al-Bukhari and Muslim, right? The Sahihain, he's their sheikh. He said, I spent 30 years of my life not using my hand when I eat. How come? He says, because my sister will feed me while I'm studying and writing. Allahu Akbar. Not his wife. If it was his wife, maybe someone says, maybe his wife, it must help him, right? His sister. Allahu Akbar. Darul al-Ta'i, he was one of the big scholars of fiqh. And he was a proficient in Abu Hanifa fiqh. He would smash the wood and smash the bread and mix it with the soup and eat it. They ask him, why didn't you eat bread sometimes? It's crunchy, it's nice. He says, the time I spend chewing the bread and just drinking the soup is enough for me to recite 50 verses. Allahu Akbar. How much they are so aware of their time. Ibn Kathir said about Al-Bukhari, you know Al-Bukhari, who wrote Sahih Al-Bukhari, that he would get up in the middle of the night with a thought in his mind. He would turn on the lamp, the lantern, and write that thought. Then he'd go back to sleep. Then he'd do it again and again. And he says, on an average, 20 times a night, go back and forth, write something. Imam al-Nawawi, we know Imam al-Nawawi, right? Who wrote Arba'in Nawawiyah, who wrote Fath al-Bari, Riyad al-Salihin. The only time he would have to sharpen his pencil is when someone visits him. He doesn't have time. When we have guests, is the time doing this, sharpening his pencil. And the guest would have to look for a place because the floor is full of books. They didn't have bookshelves back then. And Imam Sufyan al-Thawri, who was described as the Abu Bakr and Umar of his time. When he was dying, one of the scholars explained, when he was dying, he heard a hadith that he never heard before. He's dying. So he made effort and reached under his bed, grab a notebook, starting writing that hadith. And the people said, you writing in this when you're state of sickness? He says, Wallahi, I heard something good, and if I write it, I have written good. They're anxious and their anxiety to do that. The best way to do this is to find ulama, to find shuyukh who are on the Quran and Sunnah. If you don't have that chance, then seek Islamic knowledge in Islamic school. And alhamdulillah, in the US and in New York, we have some alternatives. And if you're interested, please talk to me after the khutbah. And if you don't have that and you don't have the ability to do that, at least go to the halaqat of the masajid of Ahl Sunnah. The masajid that you know, inshallah, that they follow Quran Sunnah. Allahumma azz al-Islam wal-Muslimin. Allahumma azz al-Islam wal-Muslimin. Allahumma azz al-Islam wal-Muslimin. Wahmi hawzat al-din wa dammir a'da' al-din. وسائر الطغاة والمفسدين وألف بين قلوب المسلمين ووحد صفوفهم اللهم فرج هموم المسلمين المهمومين من المسلمين واقض الدين عن المدينين اللهم ربنا اغفر لنا ولإخواننا الذين سبقونا بالإيمان ولا تجعل في قلوبنا غلا للذين آمنوا ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب عباد الله اذكروا الله يذكركم واشكروه على نعمه يزدكم ولذكر الله أكبر والله يعلم ما تصنعون وأقم الصلاة
الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله
Straighten your lines, fill your gaps. Pray as if this is your last prayer. Allahu Akbar. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين إذا زلزلت الأرض زلزالها وأخرجت الأرض أثقالها وقال الإنسان ما لها يومئذ تحدث أخبارها بأن ربك أوحى لها يومئذ يصدر الناس أشتاتا ليروا أعمالهم ومن يعمل مثقال ذرة خيرا يره ومن يعمل مثقال ذرة شرا يره الله أكبر سمع الله لمن حمده الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين القارعة ما القارعة وما أدراك ما القارعة يوم يكون الناس كالفراش المبثوث وتكون الجبال كالعهن المنفوش فأما من ثقلت موازينه فهو في عيشة راضية وأما من خفت موازينه فأمه هاوية وما أدراك ما هي نار حامية. الله سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله.
Alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah. Thanks to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for providing us this wonderful opportunity to come to this house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and pray Salatul Juma and to listen to khutbah. This khutbah was by Sheikh Amr Al-Akkad, who was nominated and sponsored by Masjid Isa ibn Maryam, who came for the first time to our masjid. Jazahullahu khairan. The announcement is about family picnic. Inshallah, this program is a program that is being arranged after a long time, and this family picnic will be on Sunday, August 30th, August 30th, from 2 to 5 p.m. And it will be at Belmont State Park, that is on exit 38 at Southern State. So all of you, your families, your friends are invited to come and attend and enjoy this picnic and the barbecue program. And this was about the enjoyment, and another is to have the knowledge of Islam. That is Sunday school. Sunday school registration will be inshallah on Sunday, August 30th, starting from 11:30 a.m. And the concession will be offered to those who will register and apply first on Sunday, August 30th. And now some sad news from Baltimore. Chaudhry Nasir has passed away, and he's from Baltimore, and he's related to a few of our brothers over here. We will make dua of maghfirah for him. And also, a note has been passed on to me from Brother Nihad Awad, the chair of CARE, saying that his mother has passed away. So we'll make dua for her. He said that standing up for truth and justice, he learned it from his beloved mother. So tribute, rich tribute to his mother. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless her. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive her. And also those people who are in hospital. Father of Brother Mustafa Sayyed, who is teacher at MDQ Academy, His father, Mahmoud Sayyid, at his Stony Brook, we pray for him that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grants him shifa and early cure. And also Shamsuddin Mahbub, nephew of Brother Shubrat, is in the hospital. We make dua for him. And also we make dua for nephew of Brother Nosher Abdullah. And we also make dua for another brother who had a good same. His name is Ghayasuddin, who comes to our masjid. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give shifa to all those brothers and sisters who have requested us to make dua, and those who have not been able to ask, yet they are patient, that they are not feeling well, that they are ill disposed, and yet they are in the hospital, and yet they are bedridden. We make dua for them. And I also make dua for Brother Fiyaz Sheikh. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, wa salatu wassalamu ala Rasulih Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Allahumma ighfir lahum warhamhum ونبر قبورهم واجعل قبورهم روضة من رياض الجنة ولا تجعل قبورهم حفرة من حفر النيران. اللهم اغفر لحينا وميتنا وشاهدنا وغائبنا وصغيرنا وكبيرنا وذكرنا وانسانا. اللهم من احييته منا فاحيي على الاسلام ومن توفيته منا فتوفه على الايمان. اللهم انت شافي لا شفاء الا شفاؤك شفاء لا يغادر سقما. نسأل الله العظيم رب العرش العظيم أن يشفيهم ويشفينا. نسأل الله العظيم رب العرش العظيم أن يشفيهم ويشفينا. اللهم إنا نسألك العفو والعافية والمعافاة الدائمة في الدين والدنيا والآخرة إنك أنت الوهاب. اللهم أنت السلام ومنك السلام تباركت يا ذا الجلال والإكرام. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. وصلى الله تعالى على خير خلق محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. آمين.